Company news now. Coscharis has launched 3 new cars into the market. They are the Jaguar Peace, Range Rover Vela and the Discovery. According to the Coscharis Group General Manager Marketing and Corporate Communication, the move is to continue the company's drive to create accessibility to its premium brands. Coscharis is a Nigerian automotive industry leader with sales and service dealership networks across the 6 geopolitical zones of the country and has the exclusive franchise for Jaguar and Land Rover brands in Nigeria.
Golf, an elitist sport, some say, which brings together high-class personalities. As high-net-worth golfers gather at the IBB Golf and Country Club for the 2018 Coca-Cola Road to Mauritius Golf Tournament, co-sponsored by the Coscharis Group, they are about to experience an extra touch of class as Coscharis unveils 3 new cars for the Nigerian market.
The winners of this tournament, 2 from each event, qualifies to participate in the Mauritius Open Pro-Am.
This activation is actually meant for both Jaguar Land Rover customers and Coca-Cola customers. Today, it's unique in the sense that we are launching a combo of 3 variants of Jaguar Land Rover into the Nigerian market.
One after the other, the coverings are lifted, revealing a set of beauties. The all-terrain performing Range Rover Vela, winner of the 2018 World Car Design of the Year, comes with varied premium packages and color trim. In the Discovery, form, function and exemplary levels of finesse are brought together to help create one of Land Rover's most luxurious vehicles to date. Finally, the record-breaking sport compact SUV, Jaguar E-Pace, with its more comfortable updates, such as a cost-effective and efficient petrol engine. Coscharis promises adequate after-sales maintenance and durability.
You are also guaranteed to have your after-sales secured, because after-sales is very key. And after-sales in terms of our right personnel, we have certified personnel that are Jaguar Land Rover certified technicians. I can also add in terms of durability. Jaguar Land Rover is known, is an iconic brand.
With the introduction of the service plan to the Jaguar Land Rover Care, these vehicles avail customers a marginal reduction in the cost of their vehicle maintenance.
And one of Nigeria's leading players in the digital advertising sector, X3M Ideas, has launched a dinosaur statute to drive home its message of change imperative for Nigeria's advertising community. At its 6th anniversary celebration, the Chief Executive Officer of X3M Ideas speaks about the change narrative the agency is spearheading, which is tagged Adapt or Die. He explains the slogan is inspired by the fictional dinosaur's inability to adapt to change.
The need to reach out to today's customer beyond advertising is the advocacy Extreme Ideas is campaigning as it marks its 6th year of driving advertising with innovative solutions. Like the fictional dinosaur, which is believed to have gone into extinction because of its inability to adapt, Extreme Ideas is using the symbol of the dinosaur to drive its change agenda in the advertising community, using the slogan, Adapt or Die, by exploring creative solutions from the digital world.
We live in an interesting time, we live in a changing world, and unless both advertising practitioners, both clients, both human beings wake up to the reality of today's world, we'll end up like the gentleman behind me here, which is the dinosaur.
History tells us that the dinosaurs got wiped out during a sudden catastrophe.
Like the saying, you either become a victim or an agent of change, Extreme Ideas believes a change is necessary in providing a cutting-edge solution to meet the market demand.
The lesson to be learned here is no fairy tale. No matter how big you are, if you fail to adapt, you will fall. Now, why did a T-Rex, with its dominating size and strength, fall to this new breed? The answer is easy. It was their degree of adaptability to changed conditions. Shape-shifting as a philosophy is as old as the earth itself. Mother Nature has always compelled us to adapt, to be curious and find new ways. That's the only way anyone, anything, any business can ensure survival and remain relevant.
Having successfully carried out renovation of 3 classrooms in Lagos as part of its corporate social responsibility, Extreme Ideas is demonstrating its commitment to giving back to society besides advertising. And just like the tragic story of how the dragon went into extinction, Extreme Ideas is saying you only win when you evolve.
And from there, let's take a look at some business news. Here's Anne Waudu.
You first. First Bank.
Thanks a lot, Ijoma, and welcome to Business News. The acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, says the federal government wants to bridge the gap for local prepaid electricity meter manufacturers to enable immediate distribution across Nigeria. Professor Osinbajo, who toured a meter factory in Lagos, is optimistic that the country's economy will be driven by the private sector.
I think that clearly what we're seeing here at Mojek is not just potential, but actual, this is the reality. The reality is that we're now able to produce prepaid meters in Nigeria, and Mojek International and a few others have proved that. What we really need is to bridge the financing gap that there is, because obviously in order to be able to deploy the number of meters that the discos need to deploy, they would need some financing. There will be some need for financing. And that financing has to be cheap so that the meter manufacturers and the discos and of course the end users can benefit maximally. So really what we're working on is how to make that happen. But without a doubt, it's not just potential anymore. We're faced with, the very pleasant reality that at least with metering, we are way ahead.
Nigeria's acting president, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, listed agriculture and agro-allied company Okomo Oil has reported a slightly disappointing performance in its half-year result for this year. According to its financial statement, which was released to the market today, Okomo Oil's revenue went up by 4% to 12.9 billion naira as of June this year. And that's when you compare it to 12.4 billion naira, which it posted in the same period last year. The company's gross profit slipped by 3% to 11.1 billion naira, while earnings per share went down from 654 kobo to 623 kobo. Its profit before tax fell by 11% to 6.9 billion naira from 7.8 billion naira it posted last year, while profit after tax dropped by 5% to 5.9 billion naira against the 6.2 billion naira it posted in the first half of last year. Nigeria's stock market is still bleeding from profit taken by portfolio investors as concerns over political risks remain at focal point in the third trading week in the month of August. BC Adebayo has the details.
Thanks for joining us on the Stock Market Report. Concerns by investors over lingering political uncertainties in the country is still taking its toll on the local stock market as the benchmark index closed Monday's session down by 0.13%. The impact of the renewed sell-off hit 4 major sectoral indices of the NSE and also affected the share price of 26 equities, particularly Union Daikin and Mutual Benefits. 16 equities led by Eternal Oil and UACN recorded some gain. Now, total volume of transactions commenced the third trading week of August with 160.43 million units of shares worth over 2.21 billion naira sold in 3,120 deals. The shares of UBA, FBN Holdings and GT Bank were the major contributors in the top 3 category. And that's it on the Stock Market Report. I am BC Adebayo.
Thank you, BC. Turkey's local currency, we're talking about the lira, just hit a record low, and that is already affecting other currencies around the world. Let's take a look at South Africa, for example. The rand plunged to a 2-year low against the dollar in early trade today, weakening government bonds. The currency slipped more than 10%, hitting a session low of 15.7 per dollar. That's its weakest since June 2016. It has dropped 7.6% in the past 4 trading sessions. The country's dollar bonds also suffered, with many issues losing around 1.5 cents to hit its lowest level in around 6 weeks. It's not an exciting day for major markets around the world, with the Nikkei down nearly 2% today. Turkey's worsening economic crisis is already taking its toll on global investor sentiments. Let's see the closing figures for today. And that's business news for tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Anne Nwawadu.